Monster is a series that I've been wanting to read for quite a long time. A few months ago, I finally decided to get into the series, and just recently, I finished it. It has now become one of my favorite manga of all time, so I wanted to make this video to give you my overall thoughts on the series. If you're new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe as I upload weekly manga and anime content on the channel that you do not want to miss. Without further ado, let's get into how Monster blew my mind. Monster is a series based around a Japanese doctor named Kenzo Tenma who works at a hospital in Germany. One day, a boy who was shot in the head arrives at the hospital. Tenma wants to save the boy, but he's told by all his workers that he needs to save the mayor of the town who is also on the brink of death. Tenma believes that all human lives are equal and that one should not choose the life of someone more important over just a regular person. He chooses to save the boy and gets demoted from his job. This is where the story of Monster begins. First things first, my overall thoughts on the series. This is a masterpiece. It is a 10 out of 10 series. It is absolutely incredible, and I recommend it to anyone if you're considering reading it. The story is extremely suspenseful and very mysterious, and it also contains a lot of incredibly written characters, most notably Johan, the antagonist of the story, and Tenma, the protagonist. Not only that, it contains some very well written side characters such as Anna, Liebert, Grimmer, and Lunge. The thing about Monster is the plot. Every good manga, every good series, any kind of fiction needs to have a good plot. Monster does this perfectly. It brings the mystery of every character, the plot of the entire series, and strings them all together so perfectly. They do it in a way that is so mind-blowing, and the show contains so many plot twists that'll just leave you shocked. At the beginning of the show, the plot may seem like it is very shallow and not too deep, but as you get more into the series and you understand the characters more and more, you begin to realize that there is a lot of layers to each and every character, and the plot begins to thicken a lot. Specifically, I'm talking about the Nameless Monster story. This story made the series so much better and made the main antagonist, Johan, one of the greatest written antagonists in all of manga. The way the author Urasawa manages to string together different events in time, bring them together, and create such a masterpiece of a series is truly stunning to me, and more than once, this series has left me absolutely mind blown. For the majority of the series, you are questioning what each character is thinking, and you are just wondering where they come from, what their ideals are, why they are doing this. Characters like Johan, Anna, you don't know much about them for most of the series. And the way that Urasawa is able to finally reveal their intentions and ideals, where they come from, their backstory, it is just stunning. And I've used this word a lot in this video, but it really just leaves you mind blown. If you like mystery series such as Death Note, and I guess you could say Attack on Titan, a series like Monster is more of a seinen version of those two series, and it manages to create some of the best written characters that I have seen. If you enjoy mystery manga, as I said before, this is definitely a manga that I recommend you read. Even if you watch the anime is still very good. It's just the animation is a bit old. I recommend reading it through the manga. However, either way, I believe that you will think this series is an absolute masterpiece, just like I did. It is one of the few series that I can truly say it is a 10 on 10 and a true masterpiece. Any good series needs to have good characters, and Monster does this perfectly. Specifically, the protagonist, Kenzo Tenma, and the antagonist, Johan Liebert. These two characters are some of the best written characters in any manga I have ever read. Specifically, the antagonist, Johan Liebert, is in my opinion the best written antagonist in all of manga. You can make the argument for characters such as Griffith from Berserk, which I believe is also one of the best written antagonists. However, in this case, I think Johan takes the number one spot. Johan is such an interesting and mysterious character throughout the story of Monster, and for most of the story, you are wondering what his intentions are, what he wants to do, why he's doing all of this. and the way it is revealed is just mind-blowing, and the character of Johann is summed up perfectly in the side story, The Nameless Monster. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a nameless monster. The monster was dying to have a name, so he decided to set out on a journey to find his name. But the world was a large place, so the monster split into two on his journey. One monster went east and the other went to the west. The monster who went east came to a village. "Mr. Blacksmith, please give me your name." "You can't give someone a name." "If you give me your name, I'll jump into your stomach and make you strong in return." "Really? You'll make me stronger? Okay, you can have my name." And the monster went inside the blacksmith's stomach. This is part of the story, The Nameless Monster, which is a huge part inside of the story Monster. It pretty much sums up Johann's character perfectly, and I'm not going to read the entire story because I'm going to leave this for another video. Johann is such a great character that I think he deserves a video of his own. Another thing that makes an antagonist and a protagonist well written is how they parallel each other. Johann and Tenma parallel each other almost flawlessly. Tenma's belief is that all human lives are equal, no matter what. However, at the end of the story, Johann comes to the conclusion that the only time humans are equal is in death. The two ideologies parallel each other perfectly, making these two the two sides of the same coin, and some of the best written characters that I have witnessed. Tenma is a very well written protagonist, and I believe does not get the credit that he deserves. He's a character who once considered himself a doctor because he saved the lives of others, but in saving one's life and doing his job, he caused countless others to suffer. Once he did that, once he realized that he saved a murderer, he no longer considered himself a doctor because he caused the lives of other people to be lost. He sets out on a journey to find Johann, and this journey he learns many things about the character, and in the end, can't bring himself to shoot the man that he once saved. I'm not going to spoil the ending too much as I believe it is one of the best written endings, but if you've read Monster and you know what the ending is, that just left me absolutely mind blown more than ever. The series also has some very well written side characters such as Grimmer and Anna. Grimmer is a character who was sent to Kinderheim 511 as a child and lost all of his memories. He too is looking for a name, and throughout the series, he begins to realize why he is living. I'm not going to spoil what happened, but I believe Grimmer is a very well written side character. Anna Liebert, the twin sister of Johann, is also extremely important to the plot, and finding out her memories throughout the series leaves you pretty shocked most of the time. Lunge is also a character who is pretty similar to Grimmer, and if you read Monster, you know that one scene with Lunge and Grimmer. I'm not going to say because it is a spoiler, but that one scene pretty much sums up Lunge's character very well. Overall, Monster has one of the most interesting, mysterious, and suspenseful plots in any manga I have read, and I do consider it an absolute masterpiece. It also has some of the best characters I've ever witnessed. Johann is, in my opinion, the best antagonist in manga. That is it for this video. That is how Monster absolutely blew my mind and why I consider it to be a masterpiece. If you have not read Monster, I absolutely beg you to read the series. If you enjoy mystery series, this one will definitely end up in your top 5. That is it for the video, everyone. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that bell. Stay notified when I upload, as I upload weekly manga content on the channel, so you don't want to miss it. Again, thanks for watching. Take care and peace.